Hi Cancer, welcome to your mid-May astrology and tarot reading. Hope you're all doing really well. We'll begin with your ruler, the moon. The new moon in Gemini on the 22nd is the perfect time to begin again. To begin from a place of forgiveness, to begin from a place of understanding of the past. It sounds a strange thing to say, to begin again with the energies of the past, but that's what it is. Supported by Saturn, this new beginning that you embark on is, of course, very deep and coming from a place of deep emotional transformation that you probably have felt since January. You've probably felt that since then you have really awoken aspects of yourself that are so much in need of an emotional spring clean, of a spiritual spring clean. To cast out the addictions, to cast out the hurtful energies that have suppressed you in some way or stopped you blooming in the way that you deserve to bloom. It has put you in very, very close proximity to your fears, very aware of the energies around you, and very aware that you cannot simply exist as a human with no connection to something greater. The interesting thing about the new moon in Gemini is that although it's supported by Saturn, there is very confusing energies. And Saturn doesn't always like confusion. Saturn likes you to learn by the book. It likes you to learn the lesson. And Gemini energy loves learning. It doesn't necessarily love learning with the longevity of Saturn, but in this case, it's willing to commit. The Venus square Neptune energy, the Mercury square Neptune, all occurring in Pisces, in your sector of philosophy, of spiritual expansion, of long distance travel, of different cultures. The square between that and your 12th house of spiritual understanding is asking you to forgive the people that you didn't understand, that you just didn't feel a rapport with, that you didn't feel a connection with, that you didn't agree with. A lot of this Cancer is asking you why, in many cases with your tribe and your family, as close-knit as it always is with Cancers, why you couldn't expand that energy a little further. Why you couldn't incorporate different energies into your life that you don't necessarily understand or agree with. The beautiful energy that sticks out to me, though, is in the 17th of May. And it is the Sun trine Jupiter. Jupiter being in your partnership sector, Jupiter being expansive of your partnerships, of your one-on-one dynamics, of your relationship with somebody else. The Sun, of course, being in Taurus, which is your wish fulfillment sector. Similar to Pisceans, this energy is asking you to verbalize what you want to the universe, verbalize what it is that you want to others, particularly your partnerships, to tell people what you need from them, and to be willing to walk if they won't give it to you. It's always a big thing with Cancers in relationships. You have needs, and it can be misconstrued in society. It loves to teach people that having needs means you're needy, and that being needy is a bad thing. The having needs and having boundaries is the most important part to having strong mental health and having strong confidence. And people wonder why everyone is in a state of disarray, trying to portray this cool image that doesn't need anybody, that doesn't need anything. And oftentimes Cancers, I find, can get in that trap, much like Pisces. You're being asked to see what you need. You're being asked to expect it from whoever, from the universe, whatever it is. You need to be very comfortable with that. The May 28th conjunction of Mercury and the True Node, both occurring in your 12th house, are asking you to really listen to the calling within you. The 12th house is very, very confusing for many people. Not as much for water signs because it's a water sign house, but it can be very confusing in terms of figuring out what it's trying to tell you. Around the 28th, your dreams are going to be very, very interesting. Your psychic downloads, the synchronicities, the serendipities are all going to be very strong. Don't ignore them. They will reveal themselves to you, but it's too private to put in a general. So, for Cancer, mid-May. Let's see what we've got. The Tower, the Moon, the Three of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Four of Cups. Ah. Okay. Very, very intriguing. Underneath, the Emperor. The parts of yourself that have been suppressed, pushed down for the sake of others, for the sake of face, for the sake of everything outside of you, can no longer be suppressed. The true node will not allow it. The Tower energy is something that is not always obvious. I spoke about this in the Pisces reading as well. The Tower energy, Cancer, can often be a long time in the works. There's this sense that we build something for a very long time, we build it steady, and then everything crumbles. That's rarely the case with the Tower. In fact, the Tower is all about the crumbling of false foundations. The new moon in Gemini, as we lead from the depths of yourself to your sense of self, the depths of yourself to your ego, as there will be a new moon in your sign next month, you're being asked to receive the messages that you're receiving. Particularly if you have friends who tell you the truth, tell you how it is, tell you where you're going wrong with certain things. There is something in your life, there is an energy that you cannot reject anymore. Because you need to have a stronger command of self in these decisions that you're making. You need to be coming from a place of authenticity and a place of, I deserve this and I need this, rather than rejecting it. Let's have a little look and see what it is that you're rejecting. The Empress and the King of Cups. Okay. Some Cancers are rejecting the abundance. Some Cancers are rejecting love. Anybody that rejected you that comes back around because of the Venus retrograde is likely a very karmic soulmate, is likely a very karmic teacher. And perhaps it's not somebody that comes back around, perhaps it's somebody that you are married to. The signs we have on the table are diverse. We have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, Libra, Aries. Whatever it is in your life, Cancer, is likely that there is an element to your relationships where you're rejecting yourself first, and it is calling that energy back towards you, where you're feeling rejected or misunderstood by the other person. Venus retrograde puts pressure on relationships. At the minute, a lot of people are stuck at home with their significant others, and a lot of people are separated from their significant others, and there's not much balance. Venus being in Gemini can really put strain on communication. And it's important you don't take that Venus energy too personally, because it is showing you the past. A lot of the instances and things you will find occur while Venus is in retrograde for the rest of May at least. June is a little bit easier, but for the rest of May at least, Cancer, a lot of the things that you're perceiving as reality are extensions of your past. and it wants you to make peace with that energy. Be careful of feeling rejected where there is none, and be careful of assuming somebody's intentions to be cruel whenever they are confused. The Venus-Neptune square will, at least for the rest of May, make everyone a little bit confused at times. It's making everyone a little bit fearful, but your fears are coming very, very strongly from an aspect of the past, be it particularly with a mother, be it with a father, be it with both. A lot of you have a very strong sense of abandonment, and it could be from your first love. And dare I say, I think for some Cancers, no matter what age you're at, it could be your first love on your mind. It could be your first love on your phone. The Eight of Wands as a challenge suggests very much, Cancer, that communication is not easy at this point, of course. But you're being asked to be very strong and be very steady with yourself and take command over the give and take in your relationships, to ask for what you need and to expect it. You often find Emperor energy hard to command because you are the sign associated with the mother. And there is rarely anyone as selfless as the mother. But the Empress is also an energy that expects abundance, and so it is. So within, so without. You're being asked as a mothering sign to nurture but also receive it. And for some of you, the oddness of this is that you feel that you're being rejected, but a lot of you are pushing out an energy that is not receptive, not willing to receive. And if you're dealing with a water sign or a Venus ruled sign, Libra, Taurus, I think they want to give you what you need. I think your friends want to give you what they need. I think a lot of people around you want to be there for you, but at the moment you're going through this shift whereby you have to forgive yourself, whereby you have to forgive your parents, whereby you have to forgive your neighbours, whereby you have to forgive your friends. Whatever it is, the new moon is asking you that in forgiving and understanding your past, you can progress to the next level. The shift may feel unusual at times, Cancer, but it is very important. The 12th house is one that can feel very spooky. It can feel sometimes like a ghost story. Very unsettling. But when you establish a connection of it and you appreciate the 12th house without the fear, and I do think for a lot of you, it's in your psyche that there is this abandonment. I think for many of you, the energies of the moment, the energies of the world are feeling very overwhelming, and you're being asked to connect and not to shut off from the people that really want to help you. And I'm not saying that those of you that have come from abusive or narcissistic or, very tragic situations that have really, really rattled you are just asked to forgive, and that's something simple. I would never say that. But what I am saying is that the new moon wants you to begin a process of healing those energies for yourself. The whole point of this healing is not for anybody else. The whole point of this forgiveness is not for anybody else. It is for you, and it is to connect you to people that really do want to help you, that you might not be able to see at times towards the end of May. But I will say this. Here with the Empress, the Sun-Jupiter trine is really good for you. It's really good for you. King of Cups energy is, of course, you. And even if you're feeling overburdened, even if it's with an air sign, an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, you can get great clarity and be victorious. Judgment, even if they're from the past. It makes you stronger. Make peace with your past so it does not disrupt and limit your present. I love you guys very much. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope that you took something from it. Have a wonderful remainder of May, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, Cancer.